This is Stan J. Caterbone Advanced Media Group. We're waiting to join the telehealth conference call with Counselor John, the supervisor of Ken Ruffner. It's 1:59 p.m. Monday, August 6th. The conference is scheduled for 2 o'clock. Hello? John? Can you hear me? Yeah.
How are you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
All right. So you sent me a whole bunch of stuff.
That's who I am.
Yeah, there's no way I could read all of that before we met today.
That's all right.
So tell me a little bit about what you're going through right now, Stan.
Well, I just finished painting my fence outside.
Oh, okay.
All morning.
Well,
I just renovated the back. I'm getting ready to install a hot tub.
Oh, okay.
Now, they just took out my leg. I can't walk right now again.
What do you mean they took out your leg?
They took my leg. You know, I'm diagnosed with chronic pain.
Yeah, I know you are, but
what do you think that chronic pain is from?
I don't know.
Satellite weapons.
The what?
Satellite weapons. Evaluations, straight on. It took me only 4 months to collect. The first check was for $21,000. That's how well documented my case is. My father, my brothers. Only 4 months without an attorney.
Mm-hmm. Now, right now, when you say that the chronic pain, how tell me about that a little bit. What are you taking for it?
I take medical marijuana, CBD, anti-inflammatories, and 1 or 2 Whirlpool baths a day.
Okay.
And I have a massager.
Okay. And does that seem to work for you?
No, it doesn't get me to the point where I can exercise. I was prescribed Vicodin for a couple years.
Okay.
But nobody wants to heal me anymore.
Right.
They won't give me pain relievers. I need pain relievers so I can exercise. I can't get to that point.
Right.
The last 2 weeks in prison, I was in a wheelchair. When I went into prison in January, I was riding a bike.
So now, how long were you in prison? Was it 9 months, you said?
9 months.
Okay.
For nothing I did. These people won't let me alone, day in and day out.
Those the people, like your neighbors?
Yes, he is.
No.
International Signal Control. They were the third largest employer in Lancaster, 5,000 employees nationwide. I was a shareholder. They came to me in 1987 and wanted me to finance some operations, which I had the capability of doing. I blew the whistle, covered me up, tried to kill me. 4 years later, in 1991, they were indicted as the largest fraud in U.S. history. They were selling arms to Iraq illegally, shipping arms all over the world, and it was a black ops program for the CIA and the NSA. In 1991, Robert Gates was about to be confirmed for director of the CIA. Ted Koppel and Nightline ran 3 stories trying to derail his nomination because of international signal control, linking him to the arms deals.
Okay.
There are 3 or 4 companies in the country that could manufacture CD-ROMs. I did work for a lot of government people. I did work all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
But then the Nightline came along, and because of my whistleblowing in '87, they came after me again.
So
now what they do is, to discredit me, they drum up all these phony charges. It's been going on since '87. In '87, I had 5 felonies and 4 misdemeanors. All right? In September of '87. In December of '87, Ferrani and ISC merged. Ferrani was a big defense contractor in England. 2 months after the merger was complete, all the charges were dismissed. They were all phony. And my father went through this in the 60s.
He did.
Oh, yes, he did. He was a victim of MK Ultra.
Of what?
MK Ultra, the CIA mind control program. They were supposed to stop this stuff in 73. They never did.
Now, how was he involved in all of this?
He was Navy.
Oh, okay.
They chipped him. Ruined his life, stole his businesses, extorted his businesses. The judge, a Lancaster County judge, ordered him to leave the county because he forged a $200 check to his own company. Now, how you can forge your own company's check, I don't know, but I have the whole case file. Lancaster City Police were involved in that, just like they're involved in this today with me. They're dirty, and I got all the goods on them. So these
Probation for 15 years?
15 years for doing nothing when they stalk me day in and day out to this day. 15 years. You know what the charge is? They said I knocked on my wall inside my own home. I never heard of such a thing in my life. That's the charge. That's the probation violation.
Well, what's the crime?
That's it. Which I never did.
Well, but I mean, what? I mean, it's not, even if you knocked on your own wall, how did they establish that as a crime? Did they say it was, what did they say it was? No, it's not robbery. It's not, what did they say you were doing?
Stalking.
Oh. They thought you were stalking.
They made it up. They didn't think anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you the tape. I'll send you the tape. You can hear the recording. They said they recorded it. I'll send you the recording of the preliminary hearing.
Now, so why did the probation department then require you to go for counseling?
You have to ask the judge. I'm not going to speak for them.
You're not going to what?
I'm not going to speak for anybody.
Oh, okay. So you don't know. Okay. I'll ask them. Well, I won't really. I mean, I'm not going to call your probation officer.
You know I smoke. I have a bad habit.
Yeah, I can see. Well,
I'm no dummy, John.
if that's,
I've been around with the government for years. I'm on my 7th U.S. Supreme Court case, and I do it all myself. 7th. Docketed. Against the NSA. I'm in cases in circuit courts. Right below the U.S. Supreme Court. New York, California, Florida, Georgia. I do it all myself. I'm pro se.
So how are you getting along with this virus stuff?
Oh, I got my mask.
Do you?
I'm so isolated, I don't go anywhere but the store.
Okay.
You know what COINTELPRO is?
No, I don't.
It's when the feds team up with local police. Surveil, stalk, harass, fabricate charges. I'm a classic victim of that. Classic. They put me on the terrorist list probably in 06. They tried to strand me in Mexico. You know, a lot of people do that, put their finger under their eyes to me as a form of harassment. But anyway, they tried to strand me in Mexico. Wouldn't let me out of the country for 3 days.
You fucked that guy up. You fucked his head up. What the fuck did he say that for? What that cop say that?
They tried to get me in a Mexican jail is what they tried to do. But fortunately, I befriended one sergeant in the Mexican police force. And finally, they let me out of the country. Now you know why they let me out? I had to pretend I was CIA. They wouldn't let me board a plane. Let everybody else board but me. 3 days. And I wasn't even supposed to be in the place I was in. I was supposed to fly to Los Cabos. I ended up in Puerto Vallarta.
Okay. What were you doing down there?
Just taking a week vacation.
Vacation.
Lost my luggage. Nightmare after nightmare. They're tricky when they pull this stuff. I got stuff stolen out of my house every day I wake up. They threw me out, paid me off. They paid me $100,000 for my stock. It was probably worth well over $1 million. So I'm trying to get all that back. I'm trying to be restored to whole.
So how long have you been trying to do that?
Since 05. Well, since 87. I've hired attorneys in 87, but they all get paid off. You know, these people that stalk and harass me get paid? They get paid to do this. I'll give you 2 or 3 experts' names. They'll tell you the same thing. In fact, one of these experts helped design some of these weapons for CIA and Defense, DARPA, Department of Defense.
Well, so you're 10 years younger than me then?
Yeah. I was always pretty mature for my age. Like I said, I took my mother through depressions from this stuff. Between my dad, my brother. My oldest brother was murdered Christmas Day of 1984. They were feeding him the LSD in the Air Force. Mind control experiments. They were experimenting with the LSD.
Now, so this was, what year was he murdered then?
84, Christmas Day.
84. Okay, and where was he then?
Santa Barbara, California. What happened was, Chip, you know Snyder's funeral home? Well, I know Chip. In fact, Chip was at a party at my house 2 nights before he died. Anyway, I called him. As soon as the body came back, he called me up. He said, Stan, there's not one mark on your brother's neck. He supposedly hung himself. Not one mark on his neck. Somebody probably smothered him or something. But he hired an attorney out there, and he was on Social Security disability, and the county of Santa Barbara wasn't giving him all his money, and things like that, and he was raising hell, and he ended up dead. My youngest brother ended up dead in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, in '96. Now, there's religious connotations to both those things. Christmas Day, death, and my youngest brother dies in Kill Devil Hills. And I took him to St. Joe emergency room 3 days before that. He was suicidal.
How did he get down there then? Did they
Took him. As soon as the body came back, he called me up. He said, Stan, there's not one mark on your brother's neck. He supposedly hung himself. Not one mark on his neck. Somebody probably smothered him or something. But he hired an attorney out there, and he was on Social Security disability, and the county of Santa Barbara wasn't giving him all his money, and things like that, and he was raising hell, and he ended up dead. My youngest brother ended up dead in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, in '96. Now, there's religious connotations to both those things. Christmas Day, death, and my youngest brother dies in Kill Devil Hills. And I took him to St. Joe emergency room 3 days before that. He was suicidal.
How did he get down there then? Did they
Took him. My brother, who's a doctor, ended up filing a complaint against the doctor for giving him the medications that he prescribed. But what happened is that 9 months before he died, Fulton Bank extorted $70,000 from him, and he went bankrupt.
Okay.
Flat out extorted $70,000 from him. So I got a wrongful death complaint involved in all this against Fulton Bank for that. My mother's been through hell, buried 2 sons.
Yeah, I hear that. Now, your brother that's a doctor, where's he?
New Mexico.
New Mexico, okay.
Yeah. He had a practice in Austin for 20 years, married a girl from Mexico, moved to Carlisle for a year and a half, and then moved to New Mexico last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's a family practitioner,
Okay.
doctor of osteopathic medicine.
Mm-hmm. Where do you go? Do you go to school in Philadelphia?
Yeah, Philadelphia School of Osteopath.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Spychalski.
Spychalski.
Palski. You don't say the C.
Oh, Palski.
Spychalski.
Oh, Spychalski. Okay.
So now, how do you fall asleep at night knowing they're going to come into your house and steal your shit?
Oh, I have no problem doing that. I get my rest.
Okay.
I get I'd say between at least 8 to 10 hours a night. A 24-hour period.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I know how to do it.
Yeah, I'll say you do.
I learned, I gotta sleep when I can sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I may sleep 2 or 3 hours during the day, in addition to night.
Okay. Well, you're getting a lot of sleep then. That's good.
Yeah, I know how to, and I eat well. I cook all my food, use fresh foods, cook everything.
Okay. So, do you mind living alone, Stan?
I've lived alone my whole life.
Have you? Okay.
Oh yeah. I've had houses all over. I mean, always lived alone.
Okay. So, so you're redesigning your backyard, huh?
Well, no, what I did was I screened in my patio a couple years ago. We had an aluminum roof. Open patio, just aluminum.
All right. Because that's a distance.
No, for me. No, right down in Harrisburg Pike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. One on Harrisburg Pike.
That's kind of a pain in the neck, though, isn't it? A couple times a day going over there to sit in the tub.
I had no choice. But now, I remedied that problem with getting this mattress for the tub.
Okay.
But it was worth it because, it was a lifesaver to me.
Okay.
That tub.
Mm-hmm.
And my health provider, back then it was Humana, got the membership for me for free.
Right.
So.
Right. They have that whatever it's called, silver
sneakers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, before prison, I was going down there to work out.
Now, where's Brightside?
3 blocks from me, Hershey Avenue.
Okay.
Big church. Well, they have a gym in there. It's open to the public if you join.
Oh, okay.
So I was going in there and working out, and I was on my way back with my legs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they threw me in prison. Now I'm back worse than I ever was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty crippled up. But I got grabbers in every floor of the house, and I have all the toilets set high.
Okay.
Things like that. I accommodated the house to fit my needs.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what exactly?
Parking signs out here, and my family doctor had to sign off on the form, and she put permanently disabled back and legs. Permanently disabled.
Okay.
For the chronic
so they're saying that so your family doctor said it came from a back problem?
Yeah, the back and legs.
Right.
That's where they hit me most. Okay, I'll give you a short synopsis.
Okay.
through satellite weapons with low frequency waves, all right, microwaves, extremely low frequency range. It parallels your brain waves. So what they figured out how to do is to tap in to your brain waves. Okay, your body's an electrical system. Through that, oh, I experience everything. They throw everything at me. My case is well documented.
So you, and all of this is because you won't quit.
Oh, they don't tell you why. I mean, I assume it's a combination between my father and my brother being part of the program, and then me blowing the whistle on one of their defense contractors. I mean, take your pick. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Could be a variety, but they hit people randomly for these programs. They need experimentees. And like I say, the church hearings back in 73, 74, they were supposed to stop all this stuff, but they never did, of course.
All right.
Yeah, my father had Sam Caterbone cleaners on a man on Pike. Big property.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not from Lancaster County, so I don't.
It ran from Alumax to the light at Park City. He had four storefronts, dry cleaning business. And in 1973, when they started this with him, the police, everything was paid off. The realtor represented the seller and my mother, and I helped my mom through this transition, or whatever you want to call it. Never put the property up for sale. They split $140,000. It was worth at least $500,000. Then I find that the city solicitor for the police and the mayor did the transfer. He's on the property transfer tax form. Barry. She was hired by my partners.
Okay.
Of course, they didn't know a lot of this, what was going on with ISC and the arms and things like that. They didn't know how involved I was. But the other problem is that in 1987, I was also working with Tony Bon Jovi at Power Station Studios. We were making the first digital movie. Now, Tony's a sound recording genius. He built Power Station. And I was in the middle of patent research and everything for that project. Of course, that was extorted. So my antitrust case is worth well over $500,000. I mean, $500 million, $500 million.
Well, are they going anywhere? What's happening?
Now all the courthouses are closed.
Yeah.
So my court cases are essentially shut down except the U.S. Supreme Court.
So Stan, what do you want to do going forward now? I'm close to running out of time. I have another person after you. Do you want me to schedule you again? Or what? Do you want to wait for Ken to come back? What would you like to do, Stan?
That's up to you. I'll let you make that call. I'll do whatever you want.
Well, why don't I put you down for next week sometime?
That'd be good.
Okay. Hold on a minute you're going to disappear for me, but I won't disappear for you. I'm just going to look at my schedule.
Okay. And I'll try to get this system fixed. You don't see it, but it blanks out every 2 minutes.
I do see it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I see it. I see what happens is that everything goes. How is 2 o'clock next Monday?
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, if we can make it the same day, that's easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll do that as much as I can.
Yeah, as much as you can, yeah.
Yeah, but so it'll be the same time, same place next Monday, and I will send you an invite just like this time.
Okay, and I'll send you.
Did you give me an email address, something different? Did you give me?
Yeah, I gave you Stan Caterbone at Gmail and S Caterbone at Live.
Okay.
The S
Now,
Caterbone at live is what came through
Okay.
the last time.
Okay. Now, did you give me Remember Me Easy? Was that one of yours?
No, what was it again?
Remember Me.
This is Stan J. Caterbone, Advanced Media Group. It's 1:56 p.m. Monday, August 6, 2020. I'm waiting to do the telehealth video conference with Counselor John for probation, parole, marker 2, and case 0921-2019 with Judge Takara. So I'm waiting for him to join the conference. I just finished painting outside the fence. I'm not going to paint 1252 side, and I'm painting my blinds. Had some problems out there again. Yesterday they moved my carpet, and my door stuck a little bit yesterday, so they fooled with the door. They also stole 3/4 of my brown paint I just bought 2 weeks ago, among other things. And they took out my leg just now. I sat on that black toolbox out there, which is my bench, to sit outside in the yard. Can't walk anymore. They deal with the seats here, down here, the seats upstairs. So it's common. But my leg's really out this time. Last night they hit me. They hit my medical marijuana, poisoned it. I choked so bad for 25 minutes. This is Stan J. Caterbone, Advanced Media Group. We're waiting to join the telehealth conference call with Counselor John, the supervisor of Ken Ruffner. It's 1:59 p.m. Monday, August 6th. The conference is scheduled for 2 o'clock. Hello? John? Can you hear me? Yeah.
How are you doing today?
Good, how you doing?
All right. So you sent me a whole bunch of stuff.
That's who I am.
Yeah. There's no way I could read all of that before we met today.
That's all right.
So tell me a little bit about what you're going through right now, Stan.
Well, I just finished painting my fence outside
Oh,
all
okay.
morning.
Well,
I just renovated the back. I'm getting ready to install a hot tub.
oh, okay.
Now, they just took out my leg. I can't walk right now again.
What do you mean they took out your leg?
They took my
What is
leg.
it?
You know, I'm diagnosed with chronic pain.
Yeah, I know you are, but
Well, what do you think that chronic pain is from?
I don't know.
Satellite weapons.
The what?
Satellite weapons.